All right, so here we go. Number 2, page 230. A certain CS professor, probably Professor Zelle, gives 5-point quizzes that are graded on the scale 5A, 4B, 3C, 2D, 1F, 0F. Write a program that accepts a quiz score as an input and uses a decision structure to calculate the corresponding grade. Okay. So, all right, let's just call this 5point.py. So 5A, 4B, 3C, 2B. No, where am I going? 2D, 1F, 0F. All right, let's call a main function here. Wrap everything in the main function, then we'll just call the main function. So we'll just call this score, I guess. And then you're going to put in the num score. Well, we'll just call it grade score. So we haven't used the case operator yet. I know it was one of the first things I learned in C++. I took a C++ class, like half of one, a couple years back. I remember that, the case and switch and stuff. I haven't done that yet at launch code, and as well. So as of the recording of this video, I haven't done it yet. So I don't want to do it, and also just in terms of this book, it's not something that I think we've gone over. So let's not use case, although I think it would be really efficient here. Let's just use if. We don't need quotes because it's an integer. And we're going to pass an integer as a parameter. So if score is 5, then return a, right? If score is 4. So we want all these to be return. Returns if score is 3. If score is 2. Or not, this is actually, yeah. Return D. And I think you know where I'm going. Else. Return F. We're not really doing a lot of work on like try except, on like certain errors like a value error or whatever. So that's not the focus of this specific book, but another book I'm looking at, the Charles Severance book, another professor, University of Michigan guy. He's on Coursera. And he's He's awesome. He talks a lot. He's got a Python for Everybody online PDF, and he talks a lot about he goes into that a lot more, like user input errors and whatnot. So I think there's so much value in what these profs have to say and just what they're sharing, and um, but I can see where they're focused on, and like really, but for Professor Zell and his book, he really wants to focus mostly on just getting the syntax right, and the nitty gritty, you know, um, intro to computer science, etc. So yeah, so this is great score. We call main, and so what we're going to do is here we're going to print. No. We're going to do score. No. A score is input. Right, it's going to be no. This is int. Excuse me. The data type is outside, and then it's input. Just all practice. So int input. Type your quiz score from 0 to 5. And I will give you your grade. And then, so that's just going to be a separate. I mean, you guys will probably be like, well, why do you have two functions? And I don't know. Sometimes I want to have a main, wrap it up in a main. Other times I just don't. So, but yeah. So let's do that. We'll print your quiz score is a score, right? And your quiz grade is, and then here I'm going to, the return is a string, so I think we're going to be fine. I don't need to stringify that output because all the return values are strings, A, B, C, D, or F. So we're just going to call grade score. We're going to invoke the grade score function and a score. And then the period is what's going to cause that. Yeah. So now we have to stringify that. Yeah, I think I have to stringify it, even though it's a string. Let me check it, because it's actually, I think you still have to stringify it. I'm almost positive. So let's do 5. Let's run it. Oh, so that is that. Oh, that's why. There we go. So it's 4. Oh, grade score's not defined. Should be fine. We just called it. We just called the function. Oh no. Let's see this one. I don't know. Quiz scores a score. Yep. Yeah, it should be fine. So maybe I stringify it. Well, that's indented and 10 plus half. I know why. I think it's that. I think it's that parenthesis. And now we're stringifying it. Let's see without stringifying it. Let's see how it works. Okay, let's see. Oh, I didn't think that was a problem. But I really want to get, that's one of the things why I just do all this practice. It definitely helped in school. But it's just to get this burned in my brain. You know, even this little stuff, like, do I need STR? Like, I want to know it, you know, and like, you do something 100 times, 500, you know, not 500 times, but like 100 times, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. It's going to figure it out. So grade score is not defined. So it's a name. For some reason, it's not defined. It's a problem. It really is a problem. You know, the other option, I mean, I know I have an option. The other option is to dump main. No. Yeah, it's just dump main. I mean, these are easy fixes. Obviously, could be real savvy and real smart and, you know, sound like a genius, but that's out of my pay range right now. Yeah, so this is chapter 7, number 2, PE Zelle, 2nd edition. Page, I think it's 230. Yeah. By all right, that should work. That should work. Now I'm gonna dump this. I mean, come on. All right, let's try it. Grade score, a score. Grade score is the function. We're just doing a regular function call. So one thing too is I always remember, like, what I love about computers is like, it's always my mistake. Always. It actually gives me sort of peace of mind in a weird way. It's just eerie. It's just, you know it's your mistake. It's like the internet and all these, you know, for example, like misspellings or grammar mistakes. Like, they don't have mistakes in programming. I mean, I'm not saying that things don't go wrong, but those are like incidents, you know, that are for because of human error. But as far as like programming, you know, computers are dumb. You know, we give them, but they're extremely efficient if you can get them to work. And we're smart, but we're fallible. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Run. This should work. Yeah, let's see it. Okay. Oh, what happened? Oh, main. I think I kept main here. Let's just dump this. I don't know what that had in there. Yeah, I guess it didn't like main. You know, I'm trying to keep the pace going, so I'm not gonna like worry too much about it right now. I know I could put main, and it was a problem. It was an issue. Um, it was a big issue. So I just dump main, and it works just fine. So I'm sure I'll figure this out, or you guys can put it in the comments, like what the mistake was. And I'm still going to make rookie mistakes, you know, even though I go through stuff and it's like, oh, I figured that out. I must be really smart. And then you just go back. You feel like you're like regressing or something. But that's one thing that I'm learning about programming is like it's okay to look like an idiot or feel like an idiot. Just keep forging ahead, you know. It's just one of those things. And I think some people are just much better aptitude when it comes to that. It's very different type of thinking and whatnot. But um, I love it. I mean, it's really interesting work, and it's exciting to learn. I've always loved learning. But yeah, just gotten a lot more comfortable with being okay. Even if something that I was supposed to learn 3 chapters ago or 7 chapters ago, whatever, that I might forget during this video, maybe I'll remember it by next week, or maybe I'll read something that reminds me of it, and then I get it burned in my brain. But anyways, hopefully this was helpful. Number 2, Chapter 7, Decision Structures, page 230. Thank you very much.